Hello again and welcome to another episode of the Great Gundam Rewatch. Today we'll be talking about episodes 26 to 30 of Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam. Now, as I always say, if you haven't watched these videos before, go back and watch the other ones, watch the series, there will be spoilers involved. Anyway, about these episodes, to tell you the truth, when I thought about making this video today, I don't really have too much to talk about. My personal feeling towards these episodes is that while things did happen and some key events did happen, I don't really feel like these episodes moved the plot forward too much than the other episodes have done in the previous installments of the episodes I've covered. And I think these episodes are mostly kind of to do with forwarding a few characters here and there. What I mean by that is I think like these episodes are basically did things like move Shiroko's character along, move Sarah's character along, so you got to know those characters a little bit more than you did before. Like you get to know Shiroko and how he's able to manipulate people very easily, it seems. You get to learn more about Sarah and the fact that like she kind of follows Shiroko around, like because she's being manipulated in that way. She'll like seemingly do anything for him. You have Record over there, don't you? And she has that experience also when she comes back. She has that like vision of Shiroko on a little bit of paper, which is on the sketch, which was like really weird. That was really strange. I thought, oh, that's kind of lame. I thought, actually, no, that's kind of interesting. It was a good way to show like her mind's being manipulated. A little bit weird, but okay. And so I think like these batch of episodes are kind of being done more to do that. Like, you haven't seen much of the AU characters really, to be quite honest. I think they've kind of stayed the same. Like, I'm not going to speak much about them. Like, Camille has kind of stayed the same, maybe matured a little bit more, even more so. Chara's been off basically, you know, performing duties on Earth and, you know, talking to the other AU people, which we saw, and we find out, you know, that the Titans and the Zeon have basically allied themselves, and you find out what's happened to Abaku. And yeah, you have the colony drop, don't you, like the start of this bunch of episodes, and what happens with the gas also. And I think that's one thing I can talk about. I thought that was a little bit lame how Jared got involved in that and actually thought it was the right thing to do, to kill all those innocent people. I think that Jared up to this point has been interesting to me, and I think what I'll talk about like the most in this video, as I said, I don't think there's much to talk about, but I think we can definitely talk about Jared here. I mean, I think I touched on it in my previous videos, that people seem to quite like Jared. Myself, not so much. I think I made a mistake in my previous video when I said Jared isn't all the best pilot. I've actually changed my mind now. I actually think Jared is a very good pilot indeed. I actually do think he is. I think with him though, he's just got Camille there, he's just even more of a better pilot than he is. But I actually think Jared is quite skilled. He just has this obstacle of having Camille there, who's, as I said, even better pilot than he is. Well, Jared is actually better than most. I mean, he was one of the test pilots for the Gundam Mark II for crying out loud. So we know he's someone with a lot of skill. Even though he has made some mistakes along the way, up until this point, I think it remains to be seen. I think he is a very good pilot. And I just think it was a shame for him he kind of agreed with gassing the colony. I think Jared has been somewhat noble up to this point. Maybe not in some ways, but I think that was kind of a bad kind of thing to him to think and to perform. Although I can see like the logic of his thinking, that he thought that would like end like the conflict totally, having done that, rather than the conflict going on and killing much more people. But it was still clearly the wrong thing for him to do morally. And we have Mara, of course, who's been like this rock for him, I'd say. And there's been real support for him, and they started a relationship, of course, and you have her like get destroyed, like in the last episode, thanks to Camille yet again. So that's going to increase their rivalry even more. And she, I think, was of great help to Jared, that's for sure. And I think he'll feel her loss much more than he did for Lila and also Kakukon. That is definite. So yeah, this video is basically a short one. I didn't really want to speak too much about these bunch of episodes. I don't think too much has really gone on. I think it's just been forwarding like the story on here and there. These episodes have been doing. I don't think there's been anything too monumental. Actually, I just remembered now. I forgot to speak about one very cool character I haven't talked about and showed up in these episodes, and that's Yarzan. I really like Yarzan. Or I think it's pronounced Yarzan. I have been watching it in Japanese. It's Yarzan, isn't it? It's spelled Yazan, but I think it is pronounced Yarzan. And you know, he's just a wonderfully brutal, brutish character. Like I really like Yarzan, and it's good to see him in the show now. Because obviously, in my previous video, I have seen this series before, and it's great to see that character show up because he's one of the characters which really makes the series. To be quite honest, especially as we progress, and again, he's an exceptionally skilled pilot, probably even more so than Jared is. And we saw how he's also like a very conniving character, how he takes out Jamaicon, basically tricks Emma into shooting Jamaicon and getting rid of him. So that was interesting to see. But anyway, back to what I said, I don't think there was too much going on in these episodes compared to the other ones. That said, I did still really enjoy them. These episodes are still ones I still really enjoyed. I don't have a problem with them at all. I feel also that Thar has shown even more so that she's just a terrible pilot. I don't know what she's doing piloting the mobile suits. She's got a bit better, I have to admit, than she did like a few episodes previously, but hey ho. And we have Shinto and Kuma, of course, but I think I touched on them in my previous episodes. We have them basically taking the place of the kids, like in the original series, who are on board the White Base. It was kind of interesting how Char ended up saving them, like from Earth, it seems, and like bringing them along with him because he felt he had to care for someone after what happened to Blex. And I believe, like the manga series, Char's Deleted Affair goes into how like he, I think it goes into how he found Shinto and Kuma. Actually, I don't think it's that manga. I don't think it is Char's Deleted Affair. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't actually read any of the Gundam manga like series yet. I actually haven't like taken a look at those at the moment. I don't think it is Char's Deleted Affair. I think it might be Zeta Gundam Define, which is like the Gundam the Origin equivalent of, with Zeta Gundam instead of the original series. So maybe I think it's in that one they explain how he found Shinto and Kuma. But anyway, yeah. So those are on board now. They've kind of taken the places like the three kids from the original White Base. So anyway, I wonder what you thought of these episodes. Do you think the same as I do, that really, looking back on this bunch of episodes, that not too much happened, but it was good for kind of the more like the character development kind of stuff? I think that's kind of my opinion when it comes to these. Sorry about the squeaky chair, by the way. But yeah, just let me know what your thoughts were about these bunch of episodes. And yeah, in my next episode, we'll take a look at the next bunch. So there you go, see you soon.